Now, another thing is coming. My dear, at the time, Africa went through all of it, the scramble for Africa. And so we had these divides, the Anglophone countries with its people, Francophone, France with its, people, South Africa, had the Dutch there too. And so Africa was divided until independence came, and we saw all of that. Some people are saying we're about, into another colonialism. That's the neo-colonialism that we're going through now. And so, with what the drama that is unfolding in Niger, how this will affect the African continent, its implications and repercussions, on the African continent. Because again, with what you're saying, we have the major key players or power players, as it is, in just this country of Niger, and what it will turn out to be for wider countries of Africa.
Let me make this very clear. Preponderance of Nigerians are saying that this is a war between Nigeria and Niger for a justifiable reason. If you go to the American continent, there are other countries, but you only hear of America. If you go to Europe, there are so many other countries in Europe, but they talk of Germany because Germany stands out. If you go to Asia, there are so many other countries, but who speaks out? China. If you go to the Indian subcontinent, you only hear about India. Naturally, when you come to Africa, you only hear about Nigeria because of our population, our resources, our everything. So it's not wrong, it's not a misplaced thing to say it is a war between Nigeria and Nigeria. Because today, if Nigeria says we are not funding because they're the only people who can go and borrow money to fund a war, we are not sending our troops, it will take a course the next 10 years to mobilize troops to Niger Republic. Therefore, that's why people are saying this is a war, avoidable one for that matter, between Nigeria and Niger, rightly or wrongly. But let me say this too. Public opinion all over, if you have been reading, silently and loudly have been saying, okay, Tunibu is ready. He is willing. He is happy. He is welcoming this coup in Chad, and the involvement of Nigeria will give him an opportunity to declare state of emergency under Section 305 of the Constitution. Because you can declare emergency when the country is visibly in danger, when the country is under threat, when there is an indication that the country will be under threat, when there are indications that the country will be under breakdown law and order, you can declare state of emergency. And what does that involve? Once he declares state of emergency, all he requires to do is gazette that order, transmit it to the National Assembly for their approval of a two-third. But it appears that he has no respect for the National Assembly because the National Assembly has given him an order. Don't go into war.
He has not said he is going into war.
No. If you read, if you listen very clearly to the release yesterday by ECOWAS, clearly get your troops prepared, move them. If there is no fire, why do you call for water? Move your troops, get ready, combat ready. That is an indication. Of course, already Nigeria is at war with Niger for the following reasons. Number one, Nigeria ordered the closure of all borders linking Nigeria to Niger. They cut the light of Niger in spite of the 6 existing agreements on power. They cut the light. They put embargo on land, sea, air and water. And now, day before yesterday, Tunibu said all businessmen and companies doing business with Niger should have their accounts blocked and frozen. Or they should not do any business. They have instructed CBN. This is clearly war. No food import, no food export, nothing in Israel. This is clinical war, this is classical war. So if he is given the chance, he will trample on the National Assembly. Once he declares state of emergency...
We are in a democracy. And the National Assembly has said no to that.
Let me tell you, in spite of the National Assembly saying no, he has already ordered the troops to get combat ready. If he has his own way...
What troops are we talking about now? Certainly not the Nigerian troops.
Nigerian troops, of course. Every other country is going to contribute a troop.
Yes.
You should know this.
I do.
Now, if he had the chance to declare state of emergency under Section 305 of the Constitution, he is conveniently putting the Presidential Election Tribunal into abeyance because he is not even sure of the outcome there. And under state of emergency, he can do the following. 1, he can take over the function of the judiciary. 2, he can take over the function of the legislature. 3, he can invade your privacy. 4, he can take over your property and destroy it. 5, he can break all your financial transactions. He can stop them, all under section 305 of the Constitution. This is the danger of allowing Ebola Tunibu to have his own way. It will affect you, it will affect me, it will affect them, it will affect all and sundry, whoever you are, whatever tribe you are, whichever church you go to or mosque you